students. Today we'll be doing the playway approach in curriculum to support early literacy and numeracy. Introduction. In a fast-paced, technology-driven world, education and teaching methods in classroom also seem to have taken a turn towards artificial intelligence. Whilst it is debatable if this change can reap the best of skills in children during their early years. Play has always found an important part in the education system without age being a criterion. Play is also known to build a lasting connection with the child and the environment he plays in. Be it nature, the classroom, at home, the child finds his surroundings to be his best teacher, and therefore it's mandate that the teacher or caregiver provides for opportunities to learn through thoughtful design and presentation. Unlike many other approaches followed by early childhood educationists, the playway approach has been identified as the earliest of methods that stimulated all faculties of development. Whilst developing play-based activities to teach and learn concepts in the curriculum, the Toronto District School Board lays a large emphasis on play learning environments and therefore recommends the following. Environments need to meet the developmental needs of the child, be it physically, socially, cognitively, or emotionally. An overly challenging or dull environment can hinder the child's learning experiences. An aesthetically appealing environment that appeals to the child and is sensorial stimulating will provide for ample learning experiences and may promise better participation. The curriculum and space design should allow for participatory approaches. Families, administrators, caregivers need to form an active part in the design process as each individual brings a new value to the teaching and learning process. Learning outcomes. The reader would be able to understand a group's existing knowledge, understand how the activities developed enhances the group existing knowledge, conceptualize and create learning activities in a conducive learning environment, conceptualize and create activities based on need of the group, conceptualize and develop activities that range from simple to complex in order to cater to all groups of varying abilities and capabilities. Learn how to be facilitator through the execution of playway designed activities. Assess and evaluate the child's progress with the use of the playway approach. First part, understanding the playway method in education. The crux of the playway method lies in allowing the child to be able to drive his own learning through pre-designed, creatively engaging activities that consciously allow the child to think, analyze, reason and use their cognitive faculties through a means that he or she relates to best. Play. The playway method can be used to establish concepts of literacy and arithmetic too, which again are the building blocks to learning and therefore the acquisition of knowledge. Learning through playway method during the early years help in allowing the child to practically and actively do activities that aid in easy assimilation of the concepts. The non-threatening atmosphere play creates is conducive for learning and allows the child multiple ways to perceive the object and explore the possible outcomes. It allows ample opportunities for a child to express his or her ideas and is also a means to fostering creativity. Whilst it can be said that playway method is the most welcomed by a child, it also brings with it the skills that a teacher needs to possess in order to be able to deliver the required in her classroom. A well-planned play activity will not only bring the child cognitive skills but also will cater to other areas like socio-emotional development, moral development, and so on. The benefits of this method are plenty. It promises to allow the learning process be enjoyable and learner-paced. Through the process of acquiring knowledge, the playway method also aids in development of complex cognitive skills, motor skills, communication skills, etc. The process of learning also allows for the child to retain what he or she has learned for better periods of time. Furthermore, in the next session, we will look at the components of literacy and numeracy with examples of using the playway method to foster numeracy and literacy skills in the early years. Strategies to conceptualize and develop play-based activities. The components of numeracy and literacy are best indicators to activity development. An educator will need to understand what has to be delivered before planning and developing process begins. The next step would be to understand the best medium and method to deliver the same while considering the existing knowledge, age, and the abilities of the learning group. The use of an inductive and deductive method to the development of activities can be considered. In the deductive method, a facilitator can list multiple resources that can be used to execute the same activity on various occasions. Whilst in the inductive method, the teacher or facilitator can use the same activity to teach group various other concepts. The teacher forms a gateway to knowledge and must have clear definitions of literacy and numeracy and its relationship with other genres of education. This will provide a fulfilling transition between the areas of knowledge and will also allow the child to build connections with what he assimilates from his daily learning. To conclude, the first part of building the best experience for a child's learning in an institutional setup is to be able to clearly define the approach you are going to use. In addition, determining the age range of the group so as to be able to develop and design age-appropriate activities is crucial to the teaching-learning process. The teacher or facilitator should adopt a curious mindset to bring to her classroom a varied experience. In addition, it is important for the teacher to understand underlying principles and rules that constitute an area of knowledge. Understanding the principles and components that govern the playway approach to teaching and learning literacy will follow in the next session.